yo, welcome to Anibros, mobile edition. We're the bros, currently en route to Madoka Magica, yay times, yay.
I believe it's called Madoka Magica Rebellion, but...
Yay times, yay.
We're driving real fast, even though it snowed today. We escaped the sleepy town of Silent Hill, and we're making our way to Portland. Gotta get there in time to watch Magical Girls. We got Laven at the wheel in his brand new car.
Brand new car.
That's right. You heard it from the horse's mouth. We got Willis and cosplay, Sayaka, you got the cape and everything. I wish we had a camera. Did you buy that off eBay or did you make it yourself?
I am not cosplaying at all. Don't listen to this man's lies.
Well, I think you are. So, you know. So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great.
It was full of me playing Ace Attorney cases, DLC mostly, but yeah.
Turkey.
So one guy's solving murders, another guy's eating turkey. You know how that goes.
I did get sort of tipsy, actually, which I don't usually do. I'm not very much of an alcoholic.
You were all drunk around your parents?
Yeah, kinda.
That's pretty funny.
It was something like that. But, you know, and the funny thing is, it was after only one, like, I don't know what my dad called it. It was like a grape crusher thing. Like, he got, like, cranberry grape juice, and then he put in, like Fireball whiskey in it. And, like, somehow, just off of that, I was just, like, my motor skills went down, like, 50%. And I was just, like, terrible.
You heard it here. Patrick's tolerances are at an all-time low.
I am quite the lightweight. So, there...
He got smashed.
You got crunk.
I got tipsy. I didn't go crazy. I had one and realized, like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I realized it was a mistake.
If anybody sees graffiti around Wilsonville, it's all this guy.
Okay. Fair enough, I guess.
I also didn't get crazy drunk, so that's my second story.
I had one drink. You son of a bitch.
You didn't say how big it was. You had a 40.
It's called a crusher.
Everybody tried to get me drunk for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that explains it. You probably got slipped more alcohol than you actually realized.
Shit.
Can't drink the water over at the Willis family's house.
It's actually vodka.
But what, you guys been watching, like, anime or what?
Yeah, I've just been keeping up with the usual shows that I've been watching. We just added Nokame to our list of shows. My mental choices are completely interfering with my romantic comedy.
That's the title. Great show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. As much
flawless.
as I wouldn't say that.
Laven of all people.
Yeah, it took me by the completest surprise that you can imagine, and it's great. You heard it here.
What do you think about that show? I think it's great. What do you think, Bill? No pressure.
I think it's pretty good. It's definitely now gotten onto my top 5 for the season, so it's knocked off something. But I'm trying to find one more really good thing to knock off what might be my number 5. I don't know. We'll get to that like near the end of the season, but like we'll see. It's pretty funny, as much as I hate to admit it. Like,
You hate it.
I tried to hate it, but I just was laughing too much, and I just couldn't stop myself. So
Did you guys see the latest episode at the water park?
yeah, that was really good.
Unlimited Brother Works.
Smallest in human history.
Yeah.
I think we need a Aqua Galaxy around here.
Obviously.
I love that show.
I don't know what weirds me out about the white-haired girl.
You mean the best girl in the show?
Yeah, but like especially what weirds me out. She says some weird words like really weirdly.
Her accent is amazing. I love when she says things. You know, it's a crazy accent where like I don't know what that is supposed to be, but it's great.
Like there's this one word that she used all the time. Like yeah, it's like pairatsu, but she doesn't say like pairatsu. It's like pairatsu. It's like
weird.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Like a Japanese person trying to pronounce a French word or something. It sounds really weird.
I think it's the voice actor just trying to, have those different accents and sound all like a cool person, like a cool character.
I guess. But it just leaves me confused. Like, what the hell is this supposed to be? I don't get it.
She's my favorite. Is she you guys' favorite too then?
Oh yeah, she's the best character.
She's pretty good, yeah. So I guess she would be the best character then by process of elimination.
Yeah.
We also got Laven to watch Golden Time.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, Golden Time. Are you guys caught up with that?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. We just powered through it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Just like I was surprised that Laven liked it as much as he ended up liking it.
I'm not. That show is like almost right up his alley.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
I don't know. I've just always been used to like Laven hating all of the chick shows like that.
No.
I hate moe, dumb, cutesy girls. I don't hate romance.
Yeah, this is a straight up adult romance.
Yeah, I figured that's why he would end up liking it. And like,
I really enjoyed that they made fun of the moe character. That the
Oh, Oka or Miss what's
it's
it?
ultrasonic.
yeah, she's just like is like where are those sounds coming from? Your face? I'm just like holy crap! Did they just call her out for being a moe character? Like that's amazing. This is a good show now.
Yeah, I guess it's just a lot of like the melodramatic sort of like twists and like how it can be like really serious a lot of the time. Just like I don't know. At first, like when I saw like that they were going to see a cult and then it turned out the kid had amnesia, I just thought like, wow, this is turning really soap opera-y.
Yeah.
So like, but at the same time, like I don't care. It's good. I'm invested in these characters and everything that's happening.
Put in Hollywood theater.
Okay.
Yeah, that show. Right when they brought up the amnesia, it was a total game changer for me. I was like, okay, this kind of show. Because they went like 3 episodes, right, without mentioning he has amnesia.
Yeah.
And it's just like, alright. And even in this latest episode, you guys watched the newest one, right?
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like, oh my god, finally, we're gonna get something cool. And then it just like, and then he falls. In the
Yeah.
first 2 seconds, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny? I even said this out loud. Wouldn't it be funny if they just like, it knocks him back into normal time? And then it did. I was like, oh.
It didn't entirely. It was. I don't think it was all of that. I think it was still like mostly like it was just a part of him that.
One thing about Golden Time, you cannot forget the main character's name, because everyone's constantly saying
I
it.
know, and it's a weird name too. I've never heard anyone named Bonri in anime before or ever.
Like most shows, it's like, I constantly forget their names because they all have Japanese names, or I'm watching too many shows. But everyone in the entire show is just Tada Banri, Tada Banri, Tada Banri. And I'm like, okay, fine. And he freaking slipped on the slipper, and then he was in bed and in the hospital for all day, and everyone came and saw him. Yeah. Was that not like super Japanese or what?
It's something.
But you know what we have to look forward to next time? We're gonna go to the beach.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna score.
Oh, that's right. It used to be he has to go to Paris to score, and now she's like, it doesn't have to be Paris. And he's like, yes, let's go to the beach.
Wait, what?
He said it that day. He's like, I don't. In his mind, old Bon was like, I don't know if I really like this girl as much as Linda.
Yeah.
And then she comes over and she's like, we need to go to the beach trip. And he's like,
I guess so. She's like,
yeah.
It doesn't have to be Paris.
And he's like, yeah, let's go to the beach today. Let's right now.
This is it, Bonri. We're finally gonna score.
That'd be like the real one, him, like their Beavis and Butthead, him and the ghost him. They just agree. They're like, oh, I want Linda. I want Coco. I want Linda. I want to score.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Wait, Laven, you watched Nana though, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, I said this right when Patrick we were watching it, and they're she just got pissed off at the blue hair / blonde hair McGee, and so they go to some concert, and just some random punk rock chick is just like, yeah. I'm Nana, come to my concert. I'm like, holy crap, what the heck is this? It took me by complete surprise, and then she wasn't really mentioned for a couple more episodes, so I was like, that was a hilarious joke, and then she just apparently is a character, and they had to like interject like, oh, her real name's not Nana, she goes to school with us. Don't think that she's the character from the other show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was another thing from the show. So that's not the same Nana?
No, I thought that too, and I didn't bother to look up the studios or anything or anybody related to Nana.
I'll look that up later.
So I was like, oh, maybe it's like it's the same creator or something. I just didn't know, but they kept saying like her real name is not Nana. Like,
are you sure in Nana her name isn't Nana?
Yeah, no, in Nana both of their names are Nana. And that's the plot.
Is that her real name?
The girl's named Nana, and then they meet, and then they're friends. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but is it the same girl? Like, is it not her real name and she just goes by it or something?
No, her real name is Nona.
What the heck? That makes no sense then. Why did they do that?
I don't know. They just like referenced it, and then maybe they decided that they should bring her back because they don't talk about her for a couple more episodes, and then she comes back at random. So
She's a full-on character.
yeah.
She is.
Well, at the time she gets introduced, she's not. She's just some random rock chick, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I really like this show though. It's definitely like something that I want to come back to every week. So there you go. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it enough. Like, it's definitely a kind of watch it and talk about it show just because some of the stuff it does is really funny and just drama.
I forget his name, but blonde hair / blue hair. He was my favorite.
Really?
I like how he's really serious and cool, and then he'll just turn into wacky and run away, or do something really weird. And his eyes will be all funny looking. You're just like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah. Now, to you guys, is it obvious who hit Tata Bonri on the scooter?
Not especially. Like,
I figured it might have been Linda. I was like, oh, did Linda hit him? Because Linda was driving the scooter. But,
yeah. He pointed that out, and I thought that too. But then
she gets all mad and sad, and was like, I thought because I was late that it could have saved it. Because so I was like, oh, maybe, she didn't hit him.
It could always be that she's lying, but I don't know. One thing that I'm starting to think about maybe it might have been the guy that her brother's fiance was cheating on.
Oh no way! He wouldn't go run over some kid just because he.
Well, they made a point to be like he's creepy. Like, let's not look at him.
Yeah, he was watching them.
Why would it even tell us about the fiance thing in the first place?
Exactly. See. Why would they make a point that he's watching them?
He's crazy, creepy. Yeah.
No, I definitely don't think it's that, but I do think it's Linda. And I didn't even know if that was a secret or not, but they haven't come back to it. Like, it showed him get hit by a scooter, and then in the hospital flashback, it showed her on a scooter. So I'm like, so she hit him, right?
Yeah, that's what I always thought that when I first saw him. Like, oh, it must have been Linda, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Could have been somebody else on a different motorcycle.
Yeah, could have been. It could be anybody, really.
Maybe it's gonna reveal that. Maybe since they haven't talked about it, it's gonna be like they want you to think it was Linda, or it's gonna be some other guy.
Yeah.
Some random person that doesn't actually matter. Like, it was a random person on a motorcycle. Who knew?
We haven't really caught up on Kill la Kill yet, but
You guys didn't watch the latest Kill la Kill?
we haven't watched the last 3 Kill la Kills.
The last 3?
No.
We'll get to it tomorrow, I think.
Oh my god, so what's the last thing you guys saw then?
We saw Mako was given a uniform and then they fought, and then she decided not to have it anymore.
Oh, that's a great episode too, though.
Yeah, but we'll
got sidetracked.
get back to it.
We got sidetracked by Nokome and Golden Time.
Yeah.
And freaking watched 10 episodes of that.
Yeah, so we'll get back to those later.
What's next?
They're having a tournament in Kill la Kill.
I know.
What's next?
Patrick,
what is next?
Turn right at 0.8 miles.
What else you guys watching?
I've been watching Samurai Flamenco.
That's a great show. Are you caught up with that?
I am caught up with that.
Oh, shoot, I don't know if I am. No, I haven't seen the latest episode, I don't think.
Oh, the latest episode. Whoa. Oh.
Is it actually good? Because the one before that was kind of dumb. Where it just had, a snake buying all the apples, and it's like, alright.
Yeah, that's actually a question I was going to ask you. How do you feel about, that twist they did in episode 7?
I love it. I love Samurai Flamenco a ton.
But, yeah, it turned into a completely different show, though.
Yeah, well, okay, the very end of, whatever episode Guillotine Gorilla came in, that was the greatest thing ever. I'm like, yes, awesome. But then the next episode where they're actually seriously doing Sentai in real life and nobody's, batting an eye or thinking it's weird at all, that was I don't know. I enjoy the fights. I like watching the flamenco girls and flamenco man fight and everything.
My problem is that it felt like it was, trying to rush too many episode plots in at the same time.
Yeah, the pacing for Samurai Flamenco was, the fastest show ever. I'm just, slow down and, when they're all sitting on the bench having, a serious talk, they're just talking super fast. I'm like, this show is going somewhere.
Yeah, I guess, but, I don't know. I felt just the fact that they had 4 monsters of the week in one episode, it felt like they were trying to rush through that part of the show before they decided to start making it more of a mainstream thing. And the next episode starts off with them basically not even caring about stuff like that, but then near the end of that episode, that's when they start getting much more serious about it, and, like, not quite so, like, yeah, just monsters, whatever. They still have, like, it's still going with that same thing, but, like, they throw in another couple of twists and make it, like, really serious and awesome, and I want to see the next episode now.
Yeah, that's good. Like, Samurai Flamenco is definitely one of my favorites this season. What else did you guys watch?
I think that's about it. Wait, now.
How much No No Biori did you watch, Laven?
You watched 2 episodes. 2 episodes.
You like that?
I wouldn't not watch it again. I don't know. It's just sort of whatever. It was really slow, which was fine, and some of the jokes are pretty funny, so it's fine, but...
Yeah, it definitely is what it is. It's super funny, but with the comedy, you have to get the slice of life. Like, there are segments that aren't comedy, and it's just, you know, their slow life.
I'm fine with, honestly. But, like, I don't know, Yotsuba has ruined slice of life for me, because, like, that's always been, like, my golden standard for slice of life. And anything that doesn't live up to it just feels like a disappointment.
What? That ruined it for you?
It ruined the genre because it's the best one. And I can't find anything that's as good as it. What? Are you surprised that I think Yotsuba is such a great manga?
I've never heard of that being a case, having some, just because it's there, having it being able to be ruined for you. It's not even an anime. You can, like, still watch other anime.
But it's just so good that, like, I try to find other shows that are like it, and they're just not. So, it disappoints me. I guess I should still say this. I, for some reason, am still watching Beyond the Boundary. It's still not that great. It's gotten a little bit better, I guess, but it still has a very generic, cliched, fanficky feel to it, and it's just... I don't know why I keep watching. It's just because I've watched it for so long now, and I figure I might as well finish it. So, that's about it. That's the only reason I'm still watching it.
I heard they killed off the girl, though. Is she gonna stay dead, or is that more like a dumb little plot thing?
She's gonna come back, because I saw the previews. It's just another whatever show. I should probably, before the year is over, catch up on Copelion.
Oh, shoot, I'm 3 behind on that now. I don't know why.
You watched
I watched one episode, yeah.
I watched 2. I seriously should watch more of it, because, like, I did like the first 2 episodes. They weren't, so, like, yeah, I should really get into watching more of it. It's just because it's not on Crunchyroll that I don't keep watching it, so, like, I forget that it's out. And then the same thing ended up happening with Blaze Blue Ultra Memory, but the thing is, I didn't care that I stopped watching Blaze Blue Ultra Memory.
Whoa, is there a giant line for Madoka?
Apparently, Jesus Christ.
Damn it!
Oh my god.
There was nobody last year!
Oh my god.
Oh, they're letting them in, too.
Jeez. Okay, fine, Perking.
Shit.
I guess this concludes the podcast for right now. We'll be back after we've seen it. Hopefully, if they'll let us in.
God damn it.
Yeah.
We were here, like, so early last year, weren't we?
Yeah, we had to, like, go kill time, because it was impossible.
And we even came back and we were still first in line.
We're early and just like, okay, yeah, well, we should probably wrap this up for right now, and then we'll be back after we've seen the movie.
Fuck.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I want a free poster.
Me
I don't
too,
think
but
we're
it's not gonna happen. Hopefully they'll still be selling them. Or selling something.
No, they're gonna run out.
I want to buy something. Shut up. Well,
No,
I guess
we
this
were
just,
closer last time.
I guess this just means that we've got a lot of... We're very... It just means that it's a highly anticipated movie.
Damn it. Ass.
Well, yes.
Well, I guess if they're gone, we don't really have to hurry or anything. I mean, they're gone.
I even planned this out so that we would arrive an hour early. And like, gee, goddamn.
God damn.
God damn it.
Why does everyone gotta like the magical girls?
I don't know.
Goddamn hipsters, Portland.
God damn you, Genrobuchi, for making a friggin' amazing show.
God damn you, Aniplex.
God damn you, Studio Shaft.
God damn the Pusher Man.
What?
I hate it.
Let's hope everybody's just lining up to see The Shining.
Oh, is there another showing or something?
Yeah, they only have one theater. Oh, wait a minute, they have an upstairs, don't
Maybe they're for a different movie. Yeah, they were letting him in. They wouldn't let him in an hour early.
Let's hope.
I didn't see any cosplayers, did you?
Let's hope.
But it is pretty cold. They might not cosplay in the cold.
That's true. It's pretty cold, so they might just let people in.
Well, it was December 26th last time, so like it would probably be fairly cold too. Walking.
Oh, yeah, we can walk for days.
It's for Madoka posters. We can walk across the earth.
Still no parking?
There's parking.
And I would walk 500
don't need your
more
bullshit right
to see the Madoka.
Yeah, I can see the theater from here. Anywhere parking here is.
Alright.
I think this is where we parked even before now.
Yeah, we were at the church service, tax, attorney, dentist.
Alright, so we'll wrap this up for right now. We'll be back with Madoka.
Shaft. Well, we're back from the theater.
EA Trey. As it were.
As it were, the Hollywood Theater. 2 hours of just rebelling against bad films, watching a good film, Madoka Magica.
Madoka.
Willis has nothing to say about the subject. He told us so hard, he's like, do the podcast, wait for the podcast, and now he's just tight-lipped. He's not going to say anything.
I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for you guys to start talking about it.
I'm going to throw down right now. We got there an hour early, right?
Yeah.
You probably have already heard this. We started freaking out because there was just a huge line out the door.
Yeah, I guess that is in the other recording.
It's a sold-out show. We got there an hour early. They weren't even checking people's tickets. We got there. All the swag was gone. All the seats were taken. And, I mean, in reality, we could have showed up without a ticket. And we either could have gotten a ticket from one of our pals who didn't come, or we could have just walked in with a fake ticket.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Security was not at maximum levels.
And neither was the cosplaying. I think I saw one of each of Mami, Sayaka, Madoka, and Homura.
there was no Kyoko for some reason. People just don't like her for some reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, they're wrong. I don't know if there was one last year either, but that's kind of tough. I mean, it is super fucking cold, so maybe that was a change. I mean,
I saw like 3 or 4 Madokas.
You know who I didn't see, which I was very disappointed, is the musical guy who broke his face or his hand or whatever the heck. Nobody cosplayed as him.
how is he going to cosplay as him? He's a regular-ass dude.
Yeah, they could have tried harder.
Carry a violin everywhere and cry.
I would have known. Carry a hospital bed, have someone wheel him around.
I thought about that. I'm like, oh, I guess we could have cosplayed as one of the male students, but they have kind of nondescript, huh?
They have weird faces. We could have got masks that look all weird, like in that one scene.
Oh, yeah, in the actual, yeah.
That'd be a good idea for Kamori Comes. Just wear those weird masks and just be like, yeah, we're random dream students.
Yeah, okay, so, I guess that means now we're gonna...
That'd be a good... No, let's not do spoilers for a while. There's a lot we can say without spoiling.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert, Madoka's weird.
Yeah, weird faces.
It's trippy.
Together, internet.
It's surreal. Shaft.
Okay, fine.
It's my favorite anime studio. Yeah, we missed all the things. Tons of Fedora kids.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh my fucking... I'm gonna get to them in a little
And
bit.
they had all the autograph signboards, so that kind of hurt.
Yeah.
And then when the movie started, we got a little message from the voice actors. That was nice.
Yeah, very considerate of them to give us a little warning.
Yeah. And overall, without spoiling anything,
Before that, do you want to change your smartphone into a Madoka Magiphone?
Yes.
yeah, we got a little commercial from the English voice actors telling us about some kind of iPhone app called Phone, and I guess it gives you a background.
I think it changes like your whole UI to look all magical.
Yeah, like there's some kind of like games you can play with it, and there's like weird like interface
You
things.
don't know phone like I know phone.
Thanks, Phone. Thanks.
Okay. So yeah, there was that, and then there was the message from the Japanese voice cast.
It was nice.
Yeah, I guess.
It's very well put together.
And yeah, not gonna spoil anything, but it blew my mind about how awesome it was. I mean, damn.
First, I'm gonna say, how long was it? 2 hours?
Yep.
So for the first half hour, I had no idea what was going on. And I was really, really hoping that I wasn't the only one in the theater not knowing what was going on. But then I found out later that you guys were like, yeah, I don't know what happened either. So I'm like, okay, good. I don't feel like an idiot.
Well, the thing about Madoka, and by extension, like most Shaft things, is there's so much crazy shit happening around them. I'm constantly thinking, like, is this part of the story? Like, does it matter that all the flowers are dying and there's like a robot gondola and like all this crazy ass space stuff? Or is that just for show? Like, is that important? No, it's not important. Okay, anyway, you know.
It is, but, you know.
No, I'm talking about just all the background art faffery going around, you know.
Dude, well, it's not important to figuring out what's going on. It's just that it is literally symbolism. All of it. I don't know what all of it means because I'm not smart enough to put that together myself. But I know
with one view.
I don't think it's a matter of being smart. I think it's just a matter of, like, what's the weirdest possible, most surreal, abstract thing we can put in this movie? Yeah, you said the pizza guy asked you what you guys were watching, right?
Yeah. I basically told him, I was like, yeah, it's magical girls, really surreal. I didn't even know it would be this crazy, and I was like, huh, I did not lie to that pizza man. I had that thought while watching the show.
Yeah, I didn't know you told him it was surreal. I just thought you said, yeah, you know, anime, magical girl cartoon. I was hoping the pizza man would be like, well, what is this, little cartoon for girls? What's going on? And then he, like, looks in while, like, somebody's, like, bleeding to death. He's like, huh. Wow. But yeah, not a lot of people have had the opportunity to. I mean, what? Do you guys got spoilery things to say about this or not?
all of it, yes.
All right, so nobody's had the opportunity to see this basically in the world.
So unless you've seen it or you don't give a damn about spoilers, you should probably not be listening to this podcast anymore.
From this point on.
Yeah.
Yeah, from this point on. So, see you later. Thanks for listening this week. I hope you enjoyed Patrick Month last week. And, have a good time.
Well day.
Alright, now it's spoilers time. Willis has got all kinds of things to say. We're gonna spoil Madoka Magica Rebellion story, so look out.
Okay. So, No, you guys should talk about it first.
No, Patrick, go.
I'm happy with not spoiling it. I don't really have a lot to say besides it's insane.
Do you have much to say, Laven?
Well, you say your rant, and that way I can, pose questions for my mind that I can probably talk to you about.
I'm gonna hold my rant off for a little later. So,
Let's go. Start talking.
Okay, so this movie, it starts off kind of weirdly because, like, it has this creature that looks like a witch, but apparently isn't one, getting attacked by, pretty much all the magical girls, not all of them. You have Madoka, you have Sayaka, you have Kyoko, and you have Mami, all working together to apparently, like, defeat this nightmare. And then it cuts straight to Madoka in her bed and waking up, and it looks eerily similar to the beginning of the first episode.
It was exactly the whole sequence of her waking up and leaving the house was the same.
It was very, very, very similar. There were very slight differences. For one, Kyubey was there.
Well, yeah,
so
there was little differences saying that this is a continuation. It's not like a reset, but it was meant to be the same thing.
Yeah, so for like the first half hour of this movie, I was very confused because, like, I was really interested. I had no idea what the direction they were going with this was. And I don't think anybody knew, which is good, because, like, you gotta be unexpected. So Homura comes into class. Oh, another thing, Kyoko is actually going to school with them, which was, kind of spoiled by the voice actress, who told us that she's going to be in a school uniform this time.
And I think some promo shots showed her in the school uniform, too.
I tried to avoid those as much as possible, because of, I just wanted to avoid most anything to do with the plot for this. I wanted to be as surprised as possible.
We already gave our disclaimer. You can do whatever you want.
I am aware. I know that. I'm doing that. So Homura comes in. she reveals she's already been a magical girl, and then they basically like form a full-on magical girl team together called, what was it called? The
Magical Quintet.
Yeah, Puella Magi Magica Quintet. Holy Quintet.
Oh, that was so awesome. The transformation sequence was like the greatest thing ever.
Okay, I'm going to say this I'm going to just say this right now, because otherwise I'm going to be saying it throughout the entire review. The animation in this movie was fucking amazing!
Yeah.
Oh my god! That was beautiful, disturbing, crazy-ass shit all the time! It was so good! What was the budget on this thing? It had to have been more than the entire series put together.
Just the ideas, like the crazy-ass things that, like, you know, two people would be having a conversation and they would just make a gigantic story happen in the background, and it's like, alright, Chef, good job. Like, that was really necessary, like, you know.
Jesus Christ! This was, oh my god! This rivals Evangelion 3 levels animation sometimes. Well, just
of course.
in general, it just, Jesus! Oh my, every frame in this was just...
Well,
beautiful to
no.
look at. No, yes, every frame.
I saw quality shots.
I didn't see any.
But still, when it was on, it was on.
Oh my god. So they fight another nightmare, Hitomi's, because she's apparently frustrated with, her boyfriend.
Yeah, in this dream within a, you know, Inception style, they fight nightmares instead of witches, which is just whenever somebody's feeling bad, they just have a bad dream, and then the magical girls go out and fight it. And how they finished it off was like, Laven, what were you thinking while they were singing the cake song?
That was like the height of where I was like, what the hell is happening right now? Because that's like the first thing that happens. That, you know, this is the first fight, and you're like, what am I watching? Like, because they haven't really explained what's happening at all. They had like you know, the rebooted beginning kind of thing.
Yeah.
They go to school. They form a giant team with a weird, surreal Shaft transformation that takes 10 minutes.
I love that each girl had her
like,
own unique thing that the songs flowed into each other. It's so cool.
I basically had like a Neo thought of the first time I watched Madoka, where like, what did I watch? What the hell is this? And then, you know, by the end I was like, okay, yeah, obviously it's great. But at the beginning I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't understand what's happening. I think I made a terrible mistake.
I knew you would think that because nothing dark was happening. They were just walking to school. Then they turned the monster into a cake, and then after defeating
They sing a cake song, and I'm like, all things I hate.
and then they're like, "Let's go back to my house for cake." And they're like, "Let's do it."
Well, see, I'm of a different mind of that. When that scene started, when that entire battle was going on, I just had the biggest grin on my face. I knew, well, like, I kind of knew, like, when they started doing the song, that I was just like, oh, okay, they're trying to lull you into a false sense of security again.
Yeah.
But even so, I was just smiling the whole time. It felt so fun and lively and just
that at all.
great.
No
it was
way.
awesome.
I was like,
I was having so much fun watching it. It was just, it was so nice. I liked it.
I was never fooled into a false sense of reality. I was like, this is creepy because I've already seen what happens and I don't know what to expect and what's going on.
It's not that I didn't know what was going to happen later. It's just that what was happening now, I was still enjoying that so much. Like, I knew in the back of my head, it's like, I know something fucked up's going to happen. I know it's going to get really dark soon. But even so, just like, but until I get there, this is actually really nice to look at. This is a really fun time that I'm having right now.
I didn't feel like that. I sort of watched that whole scene already with the filter of this is creepy and dark, and I don't know why. It just seemed, because it was all surreal and weird, so I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, okay, so then that happens. And then Homura starts realizing something. She thinks to herself, this doesn't feel right. So then she has a conversation with Kyoko and it's just like, so, listen, like, you're probably the one I've been getting the weirdest feeling from. So can you tell me, like, how did you come here? And it's just like, well, I transferred here about, like, earlier than you. And it's just like, when? Like, I don't really remember. She said, okay, so then where were you before you transferred here? And she said, well, I lived in this other city just outside of this city. And it's just like, okay, can we go there? And she says, yeah, sure, totally. So they try to go there. They get on the bus.
The scary bus.
They get on the bus, and they realize something as soon as they, like, press the stop to, like, get off to go to the city. They loop back around to the city they were just in. And they were just like, well, were we on the wrong bus? Let's try again. They got on the bus, like, they make sure, absolutely sure, it's going to the other city that she said. They get on it, they press the button to go stop off in that city, they end up back in the city they just came in from.
And that was one of the parts for me where it's like, you know how, like, when they left the city, it was just, like, a weird, like, wireframe red void with a bunch of weird-ass things in it? I was like, is this a normal thing, or is this the weird part?
I totally know. I wasn't able to follow why it was strange. Like they were flipping out, but they weren't revealing why yet.
Is it strange because you're in a featureless void, or is it just because, hey, where's the town at?
Exactly. I was like, okay, exactly. Is it weird because of what's all the things that are happening? Like, is it supposed to be weird for a reason that they haven't said yet, or is what's happening on the screen the weird part? Because I don't know.
I think it's just because that, like, Kyoko couldn't even acknowledge all the wireframe stuff. But anyways, they try one more time to get there, this time on foot, so they can't possibly fuck up. They find that they can't get there, and so Homura basically comes to the conclusion that, for some reason, nothing exists outside of the city they're in. Which I kind of saw coming. Like, as soon as she started bringing that up, but like, yeah, which, cool, and it just introduces this brand new mystery.
Yeah. It actually links back, because until then it was like, what is this? Yeah. Is this an alternate? Is this a reset? Like, this is nothing, like...
It's 100% questions.
Yeah, this is nothing like the end of anything at all, but now it's like, okay, that's a continuation of something.
Yeah, because then she remembers that witches existed, and Madoka existed, and that the world they're in now clearly cannot be the world that is real.
The end of the last thing.
Yeah.
They're like,
she's
like, what?
So then she tries to figure out, like, okay, so who created this world? It has to, because like she says, like, well, it has to be a witch's labyrinth, apparently big enough to contain an entire city within it. So who is it that's doing it? And so
first suspect is Baby.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't said this. Charlotte, the witch that ate Mommy's head off in the show, has now become sort of like Mommy's little pet called Bebe.
What's the girl's name? Nagisa?
I don't remember. I don't think they ever said it.
I think
they always refer to her as Bebe.
Yeah, that's like the cute version of the witch. But yeah, you know how the witch is the final form of every girl, so it shows the girl who became Charlotte. She's a character now.
Yeah, but that's getting a little bit later. So yeah, she suspects Bebe and like tries to like corner her and like get answers out of her. Then Mommy shows up and is just like I don't know what you're doing, but like clearly it's not cool. So then we gotta fight now.
A super awesome giant fight!
God, that fight was awesome!
Oh, that was the coolest thing ever.
Oh my god!
It was pretty cool.
Cool.
It was kind of normal. It was kind of just alright until they started just shooting each other at point blank range and then missing. I'm like, what is happening?
That was so cool. Just Homura's got like an Uzi and then she pulls out like just bigger and bigger guns and Mommy's still shooting more guns. It's like, holy shit, like fucking Die Hard 6, you know?
The time stops with like all the bullets like colliding against each other super fast. It was and then all the buildings like destroyed around them. Just everything was like.
At the end, it's finally like, you can't do this, and Homer just fucking shoots herself in the head. It's like, holy shit, dude! Like,
where are they? What is going on?
Yeah, it was like, how far are we in this movie? Like, it feels like that's like the end.
It feels so climactic and giant. Oh my!
But you still realize you don't really even know what's happening. You're like, all right, she has one hunch from one mystery that she figured out. That's it.
I mean, the whole movie was me not knowing what was happening. So.
Didn't Mommy's voice actor say at the beginning message, my favorite part are the Hollywood-style battle scenes?
Yeah, that's what she was talking about.
Fucking shit, man! Oh, God!
I forgot all of that foreshadowing. I was like, I don't remember what they said. I'm just watching this movie.
So, at the end of that fight, Mommy just lets slip, it's just like, that, like, we're supposed to be fighting wraiths, and she's like, wait a second. That's right, we're supposed to be fighting wraiths, the things from the end of the show. So then why are we fighting nightmares? So then, Sayaka takes, Homura away, and basically says, like...
Turns out she's got the most memory out of all of them.
Yeah, turns out, because then she says, like, well, the person who created this labyrinth has to be one of us.
She's like, why don't you just leave it alone? We're having a good time, which they were. They were having a cute time just doing magical girl fights and everything.
Space was screwed up and everything looked weird.
Well, then just ignore that and just live your life having a happy life. Like, this was the happy life they wanted. But Homer's like, no, that's living a lie. I gotta find the truth and all this stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
because it was going against Madoka's sacrifice.
Everything Madoka fought for you.
Yeah, so like that's what she wanted back. It's just like if what's the point then if like Madoka sacrificed herself and like there's nothing here if we're just doing this for no reason.
Yeah, I totally agreed with her. At the time I was like, Sayaka fucking it up again. God damn Sayaka. But then Homer is like, well, you're a witch. And Sayaka's like, guess what? I am. You can't beat me.
Oh, yeah. And then it turns out that she's actually a witch. Yep. And so, what happened after that? Oh, yeah. She tried to, she ran away. She ended up having a really heartfelt discussion with Madoka. And, like, it was very sweet and tender and almost made me cry. It was basically talking about how, Homer says to Madoka, like, I had a dream where, like, you went away so far away where I could never see you again, and everybody forgot about you. And she said, well, I could never do that because I'm too much of a wimp. I don't have that kind of strength. And she says, like, you're right. You right now, you can't. But the thing is, I know you. You, like, at the end, you actually do have the strength inside you to, like, do everything that you say you can't, and more.
Well, like 100 blimps flew around and shone their lights on them, and the flowers in the field transformed into a different kind of flower, and then they all died, and they're just like carrying on this conversation, and I'm like, all right.
I really remember the airships from like the very first time I saw an airship. Like, were those there in the beginning? Why are there airships? Like, why is that a thing? And then they, I guess, later crash into the city. That's their role.
Yeah. So then. She basically goes off to get onto the bus, and she realizes, because like she's come to a conclusion now. There's like, based on everything, like the only person who could have created this world with Madoka in it is someone who would remember her. So she tries one last thing to figure out. Okay. Just to make sure, she puts her soul gem away, like somewhere else. Gets on a bus. Pretty much goes all over the place.
She just goes 100 meters away. Yeah, I figured out super fast that it was Homer. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
And then she shot it, and she's just like, well, turns out I am the witch. Then
everything goes crazy.
Then this is when things get fucked up. It turns out Kyubey, who hasn't spoken a word this entire time, has finally decided to come out and say, you're pretty much a witch, yes. Because you see, we've managed to do this insane experiment where we've, like, isolated you from the rest of the world at the point of, like, complete and utter, like, corruption of your soul gem, because like when that happens normally magical girls should vanish, because that's part of the law of the cycle that you magical girls keep going on about. So we want to know if that thing actually exists by observing you turn into a witch in this isolated space. And she's like, no, you wouldn't just do that. You wouldn't. Well, the other thing that they said is that like Madoka and like a few other magical girls have entered into this isolated space so that like
it's just, yeah, the whole movie so far, the whole world is Homura's witch fever dream, I guess you could say. And then, but, a couple people are not in the dream, which is Kyoko, Sayaka, and Mami. And then Madoka, because technically the world, the universe they're still in is...
Kyoko and Mami were invited in. They were a part of the actual world.
Yeah,
their memories were altered.
Yeah, their memories were altered, but they weren't being dreamt up.
Yeah, they were there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then basically what the other thing is that like Madoka wasn't a dream either. Technically, she was sort of like she was Madoka who had been invited into this world and forgot she was a god. And basically they said like yeah, if Madoka really is like the law of the cycle, then like you should be able, once you are freed from this isolated space, she'll come and save you. And Homura, being smart, realizes you would not put this whole thing together just to see if Madoka actually existed. You want to use her power, don't you? And then everything goes crazy after that. Where it just...
Yeah, because Madoka doesn't exist in this universe, because it's still the universe at the end of the series.
She exists as a concept. She exists as, like, the law of the cycle, as a god.
Yeah, she changed from a person to a natural law. So, that's what she is. And then she became a person again in Homer's dream. And then just a bunch of trippy crap happened. Homer becomes first a witch, and then
Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll get there in a second.
And then they fight.
Yeah, then they fight, and then all the other magical girls who are left come together, and Bebe turns into her magical girl form, and they all fight and try to free, not only free Homura, because like Homura says that she's going to become a witch inside this isolated space. She's not going to break out of it.
And just die and prevent Kyubey from using Madoka.
But then they manage to free her,
And then-
also destroy Kyubey, just to make sure they don't harness her power.
And also...
Hold on! We're getting there! We're getting there! Trust me! We're getting there! So, they do all that, they break her out of her...
you gotta go back. I got something before that.
Okay.
Fucking Sayaka had one regret before dying, and now it's canon.
Yep.
It's official. Sayaka and Kyoko.
Yep.
My one regret before dying. I thought I had no regrets, but I had one regret, and that was leaving you behind, Kyoko.
Aww, I love it.
What?
Why do you hate it?
I don't hate it. Why did they need to say that? They didn't need to say that. They could have taken that part out of the movie.
Beautiful.
Nobody else gets paired up like that.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Which we'll get to that in a
No,
second.
they don't. They never
We'll
just
get to
come
that
out
in
and
a
say,
second.
my one regret was leaving you behind.
We'll get to that in a second.
They don't. Spoiler
Yes, they do.
alert.
Yes, they do. Shut the fuck up. I know what I'm talking about.
Spoiler alert.
Shut
they
up!
don't.
I know what I'm talking about. So, okay. They do that. They save her. It's all great. Homura finally wakes up. They're in the world of the Wraiths, assuming they're pretty much all dead now.
Yeah, it's basically another barren, desolate wasteland.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Even so, like, they've broken out of the dream, and Madoka has now finally remembered that she's a god. They're going to save Homura.
And things are looking great.
Let me say this first. This is about 20 minutes from the end. 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, I thought it was the end, because I'm
So,
like, oh boy.
If the movie ended here, I would say, fucking awesome movie. Perfect in every way.
And
then-
Sister Madoka's about to caress Homura and save her soul.
Boom! She turns into the devil!
The super witch, something beyond the witch's curse.
Homura decides to break Madoka away from her godhood.
To drag God down from heaven above, Lucifer.
She has distorted her soul gem into something that is beyond witches, beyond despair, beyond hope.
Not even Kyubey knows.
Not even Kyubey understands what it is. Because Homura has now decided that she is going to rewrite the laws of the universe using her own emotion, her so-called love for Madoka. Which, by the way, that's it. That's it right there, if you wanted to know
They're
it.
not a pair, though. She just loves Madoka. We knew that.
My favorite part about that scene was when it was showed like her corruption taking over the universe. It like took over the screen and then,
Oh my God.
zoomed out and took over the rest of the universe, and like it just kept showing the end of the
Yeah,
universe,
it took
like
over
galaxy, and it just kept going for like 5, and I'm like, okay, I get it, like the universe, sure. But
Yeah, I laughed a little bit at that. It's like, took over the whole town, zoomed out, whole country, zoomed out, the whole Earth, zoomed out, solar system, galaxy. I'm like, okay, she's the devil, she controls the universe. It's 2001: A Space Odyssey, alright.
basically,
So, basically, she has now become the devil itself and has decided to rework the universe into a state where apparently,
For the third time.
yeah, I don't know what exactly she did, But apparently now, Sayaka does not have her witch half, nor does Bebe, nor do people seem to have any memory of either of the universes. She has now created a world where... What is she trying to do exactly?
Just be the boss. You know how Madoka was the god of the second one? She's the devil of the third one.
I guess she is basically deciding I'm going to be evil because
evil or just follow her love.
Yeah, but no, she literally calls herself like, I have now become evil.
Yeah, she's the devil, like the devil is evil.
So, she basically says, you can't stand against me. You just can't. Because now I have rewritten the universe into what I feel it should be. So...
Does Sayaka remember?
Sayaka remembers, yes.
They do at the beginning, they're like, what? Homura, what you did, you're the devil. And she's like, I bet you're forgetting that right now, aren't you? She's like, I kind of am.
Yeah.
Wasn't I a part of something bigger?
Uh-huh. So then, they go back to the classroom. It turns out that now, in this universe, Madoka is the transfer student. And as they're walking down the hallway, Homura, is talking with Madoka. And then Madoka just thinks to herself, maybe...
Wasn't I God?
Wasn't I something different? Wasn't I in a different form? And then Homura takes her in her arms and is just like, no, you're not. And she's like, I guess not. And then Homura asks Madoka a very similar question to what she did in the beginning of the series.
Well, yeah.
But a little change near the end, like, do you treasure your life? Do you value, and this is not, and before it was your friends and family and everything. Now it's, do you value, order and, like...
Just the happy life you have now.
Yeah, over... No, it's different. Not the happy life you have now. It is, do you value order over desire?
Yeah.
And she says, I think so. I do treasure that. And she's like,
order.
Well then, I guess soon we will be enemies. And then she gives her the ribbons, and that's the end.
Yeah, that's the end. Great movie.
What the fuck? God damn it, this ending pisses me off.
As expected of Shaft.
Oh my god!
Good old Shinbo.
You ruined everything!
What?
You ruined everything!
Come on, calm down.
God damn it!
You couldn't have done better.
I definitely could have. That was bullshit.
Listen to
okay?
this guy.
And I knew this would happen. I had a feeling maybe this would happen because it was Gen Urobuchi and he's crazy like that.
That's right, he is.
But fucking god damn it! You couldn't leave well enough alone with the ending that you gave in the first one. If you had just ended 15 minutes earlier, this would have been perfect. But no, you had to fuck up the one thing, the perfect thing about Madoka, and twist it into something that's so perverse, disturbing, and quite frankly insulting. This is beyond fucking just being confusing. This isn't just like... This is Evangelion 3.0 all over again, except it's far, far worse. I understand everything that's going on, as opposed to Evangelion, which is just confusing and refuses to explain anything. This movie explains plenty, but it still does something that personally is just a flat-out insult to everything how the series ended. It just doesn't make any... It's just... mean-spirited. It's hurtful. It's hateful. It just doesn't feel like they had... Like, this... Urobuchi wanted to just make a terrible, disturbing, dark ending for the sake of it. He just wanted to have this horrible thing happen just because. And you know, here's the funny thing. I'm going to say right now that I'm not like a lot of those other geeky, stupid anime fans who are out there who are just like, oh, I'm gonna ship everything, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I felt from the bottom of my heart, I honestly feel this way, that the relationship between Madoka and Homura is an incredibly beautiful one, and like, yeah, sure, you might as well just say I ship them. I no longer do that now, because they completely corrupted Homura's entire thing. She is fueled by what she considers love to become the devil. That is not fucking cool, okay? That is just going out of your way to make her as, like, twisted and dark as possible. Like, twisting... just completely distorting, like, her entire reason for doing this, and just saying, you know what? The pain of me having to do all of that is what's going to fuel me to become the devil. That is bullshit. That is fucking going against everything that she did, just so that she can be an antagonist, just so that she could be this malevolent force for no goddamn reason other than it would make a nice ending to be like really dark and creepy and twisted. And yeah, there's that scene at the end of the credits where like she's dancing in a field over like Kyube's corpse, but then she falls off a cliff. Well, it doesn't.
She sort of like, jumps off.
Well, yeah, but like that doesn't fix anything for me. That still made her a villain. It turned her into a flat-out evil force. And I just can't bring myself to accept that this is something that she would do. That this is something that somebody thought would make a great ending just because it would be unexpected and dark. This is just not at all... I hate this ending. It is horrible. It completely ruined everything in this movie for me. And I don't mean to say have it be an entirely happy ending, because were already building up to being like, well, it's not exactly the happiest ending, because it's clear that they're in a wasteland and like basically the world is over. But you know what? At least Homer is going to be reunited with Madoka, and at least all the magical girls and everybody on Earth will be reunited with Madoka. At least there's that happy hope to look forward to. There's nothing like that here. Basically, they just say, well, Madoka and Homer are going to fight. But that doesn't make anything better. That just makes things worse. The fact that they are now enemies for no other reason than it just feels like poetic, like, irony. It's fucking stupid. I hate this ending. It ruined the entire movie for me. This is the second time in a row where a fucking movie and, like, completely turned everything that I loved about what was happening in the series that I loved so much and just completely ruined it. Just destroyed it utterly and completely. With Evangelion 3.0, it was the entire movie. For this, it would somehow managed to be the entire last 20 minutes of this one movie. God fucking damn it. Why did I have to experience this twice? Twice in 1 year. This is just painful. Ugh! I hate this.
This guy, am I right? He's very passionate about that anime. No, but I completely disagree. No way. It totally makes sense. It's an extension of Homura. She's not just totally the bad guy on all sides. I mean, she might be evil from one side, you know, being the devil and all, but it's nothing different from the first episode. She loves Madoka to, like, no other, and she's gonna do whatever it takes just to love her. If it means creating a world and you gotta be the devil to create a universe or whatever.
No. If she loved her that much, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't separate her from her godhood. She wouldn't destroy and recreate the entire universe just to satisfy her own selfish, petty needs. She would never do something like that.
You don't know that. She obviously would do that, because she did do that.
That's not how I felt what she would do in the series, and that completely betrayed how she would act, in my honest opinion. She wouldn't do something that was so petty and stupid just so that she could have that one thing, because she was about to be reunited with her, and now she just wants to create an entirely evil world. She was about to get exactly what she wanted, and then she decided, no, I'm going to create a new dark universe forever now. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not fucking the same thing. Okay, and I'm trying to.
Like, I don't fully understand what happened, or much of anything that happened. But I think, like, at the end where God Madoka was about to reunite, then they would still be in a world with God Madoka and with the laws of the things, and, you know, where she still couldn't be happy because they were about to go up to heaven and be apart from each other.
They were not going to be apart from each other. That was the thing. That was the whole point. That was the hope. And they have none of that. They don't. There's nothing. It just ends on the most bleak, depressing note. It leaves a sour, bitter taste in my mouth. It's terrible.
What's your opinion on this flick, Laven?
I liked it. That's all.
What about the ending? Did that do it for you?
Yeah. I love tragedy and despair and darkness, and
That's what it was to you?
most unexpected thing possible. I will like it. And I have to admit, this is the most unexpected thing possible. As soon as she, like, had the creepy smile and grabbed Madoka and changed it all, I was like, holy crap. Like, she's consumed by love. I knew she was going to say love, too.
That's not love. That just is not love. She's wrong. She's confused herself.
That may be.
She's just...
That's what happened, though.
I know. And I know that's what happened, but it's not love. She's...
I'm not
That's...
saying... Well, yeah, you're right, but it's what happened. Like, she's transformed. She turned evil. Like, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I had something else to say about this whole thing. It feels like it betrays her character, because she was my favorite character, and this was my second favorite anime of all time, right behind Evangelion. And it just went around and just destroyed my favorite character. It ruined her. And not only that, but it ruined just everything that, like, the ending of the series set out to do. It felt just horrible and mean-spirited, and I can't get behind something like that. And I can appreciate tragedy. I can. But when you've had that hope, when you've had that light at the end of the tunnel before, like, even if it was, like, very, very small, like, that's how it ended in the series. And that's how Evangelion was, honestly, was that there was that small little light, even at the very end. And, like, yeah, I guess you could say there's sort of a light here, but it's only because it has nothing to do with who had worked so hard to bring that light into the first series, and instead has now become the darkness that hides the light. And that just feels wrong to me. That feels thematically wrong.
It definitely... I don't think it feels wrong to me. It's just an extension of what happened, you know? Like, obviously, there's not a whole lot of lore behind this character. It's just the one series, you know, the one season. I think you might just have too big of a crush on Home Run there. Because, I mean, it's what she did. It makes sense to me. The only thing I didn't like about the ending is that... Because, yeah, like you said, the little, like, false ending would have kind of been an ending. But this time, the only thing I don't like... Super great movie, super confusing movie. The only thing I don't like is that it wasn't a final ending. It just kind of sets it up like, oh, we can do it again if we want, you know, because they're just in another universe, like Universe Part 3, you know.
This movie or for the first time?
This movie.
Well, that's what the first one did.
Yeah, but it still left it in a way that it's like, yeah, it could stop here, it could be done here.
Well, this one could do the same.
Well, no, because like it
not as well, but technically.
Yeah, it's the rule of three.
You had that light.
You can just assume they fight and whatever. It doesn't actually have to be shown later.
That still had that light, though. That still had that, like, you know what? I'm going to do this because this is the world that she sacrificed herself to make, and so that's why I'm going to keep on fighting. That felt like it worked fine, and the fact that they just no, and it's not. You don't understand. It's not just a crush on Homura. It's the fact that these are characters you get invested in. A lot of people don't seem to get this. Apparently you guys don't too. Characters are what carry a story. You know, and like sometimes you'll have characters that you don't really care about. True. But there are some shows, especially this one, there are stories are driven by characters. They just are. They are the ones who we follow, the ones who we get invested in. And, like, Homura was one of the most captivating heroes, and one of the people that, like, I just could not stop rooting for from beginning to end. And you know what?
Was, like, a super, like, hero, like, justice 100%, you know, alignment light hero. I mean, she had a very narrow goal. Her goal was to love Madoka, and whatever that takes. If she has to become the devil and create a world where she's with Madoka, then that's what she does.
I was upset when freaking Anakin turned into Darth Vader.
No, because Anakin was always a whiny douche. But Homura, here's the thing. Homura's wish was to protect her, was to save her, and now she's deliberately taken her into such a state that will literally, like, they will fight each other. That isn't the fucking point. That isn't what she was fighting for this whole time. And you know what? Like, she says that again, how is it that, like, that's her solution to being with Madoka? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because she was just about to get that. She was literally just about to get that. And she decided that wasn't good enough. I'm going to create the universe in my own twisted, perverted image. That does not feel right. That's wrong. No. I can't get behind that. And I know that, like, you guys don't care. It's just like, it's just an extension. And like, whatever. And you're just like, well, it's cool because it's unexpected. But, like, you can't just have something be unexpected and just, like, obviously throw in the unexpected, because, like, that's good. Because, like, if you expect something to happen, then that's fine. But, like, just to have something unexpected happen, to have it happen, is not good storytelling. Just to have things happen is not good storytelling.
I don't think it was unexpected, just to say. So whatever you're saying there about it being unexpected, like, I think it makes sense for her character. I like her character, I like her story, and I just think it works.
I wasn't saying it was unexpected for her character. I was saying it was unexpected in the timeline of events. I didn't think that would happen.
No, it just does not feel like something that the character would do, in my opinion. It just feels so morally corrupt and distorted, and just it hurts. It actually hurts to see this, okay? You might friggin' call me like a friggin' emotional fanboy, whatever, but like, this actually emotionally hurt me. Like, just as, even more than Evangelion did. Because at least with Evangelion, like, this was just like the people spitting in the face of, like, everything, just because. That was literally the definition of doing doing an unexpected thing just because it's unexpected. And apparently people like that, because people are dumb like that. But it felt unexpected to me because it doesn't feel like something that she would do. It did not feel like anything she would do. It doesn't feel like this is something that she feels is worth doing because of all of the things she strived for and fought for. It doesn't work at all. It just does not. Okay?
And what would you rate the movie? Out of 5 stars.
I don't rate stuff like that. I don't. Because I don't like giving numbers to things.
How many thumbs?
I don't. Fuck you. Okay? I would say, up until the last 15, 20 minutes of this movie, it's a fantastic movie. But it just has the worst ending I've seen. It's gotten me really depressed. And honestly, I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm sorry that this may seem like I'm, like, whatever, but, like, honestly, this is the kind of stuff that, like, honestly, that, like, fuels me, that, like, drives me, honestly, because, like, that's what really keeps me going, honestly, is, like, these stories, and, like, this is what, like, I like seeing creativity, and I like seeing characters on such, like, an emotional and wonderful journey. It's like when you watch Lord of the Rings, you just watch it and you're taken in by the story, by the characters, by everything that's happening, and you love it. And that's the thing, is that, like, and we were talking about Ace Attorney earlier, that it's a very similar thing, where it's just like, with the first 3 games especially, you're on this journey, and, like, it's a long journey, and you get to know these characters, and you get to enjoy the stories and love everything that's happening, and that's just what you expect, and that's what you want. And yeah, you're going to have stories that don't really have that kind of ending, like Evangelion. But, like, I feel like, with Evangelion, like, even that has, like, an ending where, like, you've been on this journey with these characters and you love them, and, like, it does finally come to a point where, like, you really do feel like you were on an emotional journey with them, and, like, they do reach a conclusion that honestly makes you feel kind of happy. It's not entirely happy because the world has been reduced to almost nothing, but you still feel like there's a chance to come back from that. And that's why you get emotionally tied with with these characters. They don't really truly exist in any physical sense, but they were born from they are born from the ether. They're born from the minds and hearts of people who really care about the story that they're telling. And honestly, I feel like that is far more beautiful than anything that could really, like, just even exist within the world as it is, honestly. Like, it just transcends, like, that. It's a testament to the human imagination that you can create, like, these people who feel real and you want them to be real, and like you get invested in everything they're doing. And then to have them act in a way that betrays how you felt, it's like, it almost feels like a really close friend has been lying to you the whole time and just doesn't care at all. That's how I felt when I saw Evangelion 3. That's how I felt when I saw this. That's honestly how it is for me. Like, I don't really have much going for me, honestly, here. I don't. I've had rough times, and I'm not going to get into all of that, because that's fucking whatever. But what keeps me going is these stories and these characters that I love so much. And just to see them betray my trust, and just to become something that is not, that just doesn't feel right to me, it just hurts. And you know what? Maybe I'm taking this personally. I admit this. But you know what? Like, that, I guess that is a testament to the writers, to the directors in the end, is that, yes, I do feel like these movies, it's weird to say that these movies hurt me, but it's just because that I've grown to love these characters, these people, for so long, and to have them do something that doesn't feel right to me, that feels like it just hurts. But I guess that's just the magic of the fact that they got me to care about these people in the first place. So I guess that's all I really have to say on the matter, really.
I can respect that. That was spoken like a true otaku who has abandoned the 3D world. I too wish I could transcend to the 2D realm.
Because, like, obviously real people had to make this stuff. And, like, that's what and, like, the real world is great. It's amazing. It creates people. The best part about it is that it creates people who are able to create entire characters, entire universes within their own heads.
Now, come on now. You're basically saying the best part about 3D is that 2D comes from it, you know?
Well, not just 2D. Like, you can also have, like, regular, like, live-action movies and stuff like that.
Fantasy. I get what you're saying.
Just movies and stories in general.
Escapism.
It's not just escapism. It's because, like, there are shows that, like, even if they're escapist, they manage to end up reflecting reality. And, like, that's what you have to take with you when you see these things. It's like, they teach you things about the real world and how to apply yourself to it. So that's what I find is beautiful about stories.
So at this point, the laptop decided to turn off, and in no way did we push stop on the recording in order to spare you the rest of his rant about the 2D and the 3D world. So that's the Anibros, our field trip into Portland land. Hopefully you found that as interesting as we did.
See you later. I didn't really like when the crowd laughed whenever Bebe said cheese.
That was really annoying. I disliked that as well.